Stress shift in words. Some English words have two different patterns of stress to indicate different meanings or different parts of speech. We examine these cases. Literal versus derived meaning. Stress shift often occurs with words with separable meaning prefixes. For some words with a prefix, the meaning of the word can be entirely changed, or the meaning of the word still retains the meaning of the prefix. Consider the prefix re. Its meaning is again. Words with re can either retain the meaning again or mean something entirely different. For example, recount can mean counting again or describing. If it means counting again, re is stressed as recount. If it means describing, re is not stressed as recount. We recounted the votes. We recounted the journey. In other words, when the prefix means again in a literal sense, it is stressed. But if the prefix loses the literal sense and means something abstract, it is not stressed. Thus, some words beginning with the prefix re may have the same spelling but a different stress pattern due to difference in meaning. Recover, cover again. Recover, get well. Recount, count again. Recount, describe. Reform, form again. Reform, improve. Remark, mark again. Remark, comment. Always recover the soup after stirring. She will recover from her injury soon. The teacher remarked my essay. The teacher remarked on the use of commas in my essay. Different parts of speech. Stress shift can also be used to indicate that a word belongs to a different part of speech in a sentence. Many English words can be used as nouns, adjectives, or verbs by simply shifting their stress. For example, when record is used as a noun, the stress is on the first syllable, record. But when record is used as a verb, the stress is on the second syllable, record. I made a record of her speech, noun. I will record her speech, verb. The general rule about stress placement of two-syllable words is that nouns and adjectives have stress on the first syllable, and verbs have stress on the second syllable. The same rule applies to words with two stress patterns. Most of these words are two syllables long. So, if the first syllable is stressed, the words are used as nouns or adjectives. If the second syllable is stressed, the words are used as verbs. Also, among the words that have two stress patterns, some keep the same general meaning when they change from nouns to verbs, but others change their meanings entirely. These are example words which keep the same meaning. Addict, addict. Conflict, conflict. Contest, contest. Contrast, contrast. Decrease, decrease. Detail, detail. Discount, discount. export, export, insert, insert, insult, insult, import, import, increase, increase, perfect, perfect, permit, permit, pervert, pervert, present, present, produce, produce, protest, protest, recall, recall, record, record, reject, reject, suspect, suspect. We should notice that, when stress shifts, the pronunciation of the vowels also changes. That is, vowel sounds are clear when stressed, but reduced to a schwa when no longer stressed. We should also note that schwa is a shorthand for a reduced vowel sound. There is no unique pronunciation of the sound. Schwa is often called a lazy sound because it takes little effort to pronounce it, which means that the tongue is relaxed when schwa is pronounced. So other vowels that can be pronounced in a relaxed manner, such as I and U, are also viewed as schwa when the syllable with the vowel sound is unstressed. Some call them schwa, shwe, I, and shwu, U. So, for example, in the following, the I in decrease is viewed as a schwa. These are example words where unstressed vowels are reduced to a schwa. Addict, addict, conflict, conflict, decrease, decrease, record, record, suspect, suspect. These are example pairs of sentences where the first sentences have the noun form and the second sentences have the verb form. He is a drug addict. He is addicted to drugs. Your stories are in conflict. Your story conflicts with her story. They play in a tennis contest. The issue has been hotly contested. I made a contrast between the two movies. We can contrast this movie with the other movie. A decrease in car sales can mean a recession. The car sales have decreased. That's an insult. Please don't insult me. You need a permit to park your car here. You are not permitted to park your car here. I got a present from Santa. You need to present at the meeting. You can find fruits in the produce aisle. You need to produce evidence. There is a protest in the street. People protested against the new rule. I have a record of the conversation. I recorded the conversation. The police interviewed the suspect for hours. The police suspected him. These are examples of words with two stress patterns whose meanings are entirely different when they are used as different parts of speech. Address, address. Attribute, attribute. Conduct, conduct. Content, content, adjective. Contract, contract. Default, default. Desert, desert. Invalid, invalid, adjective. Object, object. Subject, subject. These are example pairs of sentences where the first sentences have the noun form and the second sentences have the verb or adjective form. You need to fill in your address in the form. I'm addressing you, mister. Loyalty is a common attribute of dogs. The team attributed the win to their coach. Her conduct was unacceptable. She conducted the orchestra without a hitch. I do not know the contents of the box. She looks content. He wrote up a contract. The wool sweater contracted in the dryer. The default color of the monitor is black. He defaulted on his loan payments. A desert doesn't receive much rainfall. We should not desert our friends in need. The accident reduced him to an invalid. Your argument is invalid. I saw an unidentifiable object in the sky. I object to your suggestion. The subject of today's discussion is test preparation tips. The employer subjected her employees to a drug test.